What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. Today we have some pretty big updates about Doctor Strange 3, Avengers Doomsday, and the Fantastic Four. Robert Downey Jr. is returning to play Doctor Doom. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, he is replacing Jonathan Majors as the main villain of the multiverse saga. Kang is replacing Doom. And it's costing Marvel Studios a pretty penny to replace the villain. According to the most recent reports, Robert Downey Jr. is going to be getting paid $50 million per Avengers film. And that does not include what Marvel Studios is also going to have to pay the Russo brothers to come back and direct these films. But according to a new report, Robert Downey Jr. is not going to show up in Avengers Doomsday first. He is actually going to appear in the Fantastic Four. This new report states that Doctor Doom is indeed going to be from the universe that the Fantastic Four film takes place in, and he is going to be teased in the movie. And he is apparently going to be playing Victor Von Doom, not Tony Stark. Now, this report is coming from the insider My Time to Shine Hello, so take this with a grain of salt. But this is what she has to say about Robert Downey Jr. She states, Robert Downey Jr. will be playing Victor Von Doom, not Tony Stark. He will be the main villain of the film, replacing Kang due to Jonathan Majors' controversies, which of course we already know. But she continues to state, he's the Doom from the Fantastic Four First Steps universe. While his role in that movie won't be significant, he will be teased. And this actually lines up with what some other insiders have been stating as well. In fact, reports about Doctor Doom showing up in the Fantastic Four come way before Robert Downey Jr. was even announced as Doctor Doom. But many insiders reported, even before the Jonathan Majors controversy even happened, they reported that Doctor Doom would be teased in the film. So clearly Marvel Studios has always had plans for Doctor Doom in some way, shape, or form, whether that was to tease him and then bring him in after Kang, or go a comic accurate Secret Wars story route where Doctor Doom takes the power of the Beyonders, or maybe takes the power of Kang and becomes God Emperor Doom. Either way, Doctor Doom is the main villain now, but Marvel Studios seemingly always planned for him to at least be teased in the Fantastic Four film. Now, what we know about the Fantastic Four film already is, of course, that it takes place in another universe, but a leak has told us that the Fantastic Four actually do not come from that universe themselves, but in fact, they come from our main sacred timeline, the 616 universe. And throughout the entirety of the Fantastic Four First Steps, they are going to try and figure out how to get back to their universe. So it seems like Reed is going to create a multiverse travel device, which is what he does end up doing leading up to Secret Wars in the comics. He builds a multiverse portal. And there are a lot of variants of Reed Richards. Now, obviously, the movies do not adapt comic books page for page, more like they're inspired by the comic stories. But in the comics, Doctor Doom is actually the person who creates the very first incursion. Unfortunately, he does this by trying to prevent the multiverse from being destroyed. And I'm not sure they're going to go this route, because with Doctor Doom being in the Fantastic Four First Steps, and Reed Richards and his family trying to figure out a way back to the universe where they came from, I'm guessing that Doctor Doom gets kind of nosy and suspicious of the first family, of the Fantastic Four. And I bet he starts doing some digging into who exactly they are, because if they come from another universe, they might have popped up out of nowhere. All of a sudden, there's these new superheroes in this universe with powers. That would definitely catch the eye of somebody like Victor Von Doom. So if Doom is going to be teased in the Fantastic Four, I'm thinking that it might be in a post-credit scene. He could be teased in the movie, but the post-credit scene, since we are going pretty much right into Avengers Doomsday from the Fantastic Four, the post-credit scene will probably be something setting up Doctor Doom, since he is the big bad coming pretty much in the next film. So my theory on what the post-credit scene could be is, if the Fantastic Four do end up making their way back to the 616 universe, the sacred timeline, the post-credit scene could be Doctor Doom stumbling across their multiverse machine, their multiverse portal. If it is indeed a actual portal physically built, then when they go through it, it's still going to be there, leaving it open for Doctor Doom to go through. So the post-credit scene could simply be a shot of the multiverse portal and then Doctor Doom stepping into the picture. But either way, it sounds like Doctor Doom is going to be teased and introduced in the Fantastic Four. Now, in the same report, My Time to Shine Hello continues and states, Doctor Strange is already confirmed to appear in the movie, according to Benedict Cumberbatch. So his next appearance will be here and not in Doctor Strange 3. Kevin Feige has also confirmed that the Fantastic Four will be involved. Now, as far as the Fantastic Four being involved, yes, Kevin Feige did confirm that, and since they are going to be involved in Avengers Doomsday, that does also kind of hint that the Fantastic Four will get back to the main 616 universe at the end of the Fantastic Four film. Because although we believe Doomsday is going to be somewhat of a multiversal film, we believe that most of it's going to kind of go down at the end. So if most of it does take place in the 616 universe and the Fantastic Four are going to play a decent sized role, that means they probably do get back to the main universe. But as far as Doctor Strange is concerned, if this does end up being true, it's going to be very interesting to see how they handle this. Because the last time that we saw Doctor Strange was in the post-credit scene of Multiverse of Madness, where Clea showed up and she told him that he created an incursion and the two of them were now going to go fix it. This was supposed to be resolved in Doctor Strange 3. So if they don't do a Doctor Strange 3 and go right into Avengers Doomsday, it seems like a lot of focus, at least in the very beginning, is going to have to focus on Doctor Strange and Clea and what happened there. If not, what's going to happen in this movie is when Doctor Strange shows up, and he could show up with Clea, he's going to have to explain to the Avengers what he just went through with Clea. And they're going to have to show us some flashbacks and some recaps and some scenes of what exactly he saw. It's an interesting decision to not have Doctor Strange 3 before Doomsday. Again, it's just a rumor for now. This isn't confirmed yet until we see the entirety of the Phase 6 slate revealed. But considering that Marvel Studios did have to revise their Phase 6 plan, especially with Robert Downey Jr. returning, with the Russo brothers and with Stephen McFeely to write these movies, a lot has changed, so this very well could be happening. Also, at the same time, that doesn't mean we won't get a Doctor Strange 3 after Avengers Doomsday. If we don't get it before, it is definitely still a possibility that the movie could come after. But again, we are still waiting on that Phase 6 slate reveal, and Marvel Studios right now most likely doesn't even know themselves. According to insider Daniel RPK, in the next few months, they are basically deciding what Phase 6 is going to be. So hopefully next year at San Diego Comic-Con is when we will get that full Phase 6 reveal. But the last thing that My Time to Shine Hello says in this report is, additionally, Tom Holland's Spider-Man is confirmed to appear, as it was part of his contract. And of course, we knew that, but do expect Spider-Man to be a pretty big character in both Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. And the last thing she says is it will be a multiverse film because this is the end of the multiverse saga. And again, we knew this already, plus not to mention the reports from the major trades stating that this movie is going to have over 60 different characters in it. So expect a lot of heroes, and I hope we actually see some villains since the multiverse is essentially being destroyed. It would be cool to see more than just Doctor Doom and more than just good variants. But let me know what you think about this news in the comments down below, about the Fantastic Four news and the possible Doom post-credit scene, Doctor Strange 3 possibly coming after Avengers Doomsday or maybe not even happening at all, and of course Avengers Doomsday being the start of basically the end of the multiverse. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and please don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.